Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News today at 6 starts now.
A senseless act of violence after Christmas. A Wayne State student is murdered in a shooting caught on camera. Hear her family's plea to the killer.
Millions of Americans without unemployment benefits now anxiously waiting as President Trump holds out on signing a relief bill.
And from one cloudy December day to the next, more and more clouds on the way with rain chances late this afternoon. Good morning. It's 6 o'clock. I'm Priya Mann.
And I'm Grant Herms. Thanks for joining us here this morning at Local 4 News today. It was not a bad day yesterday. It was just a little chilly out there.
Yeah, absolutely. You did notice a temperature difference, Paul, and we're looking at some colder temps on the way as well.
Eventually, it's funny. This is kind of the calm before the warm because we are going to warm up later today and then we're going to crash and be back down into kind of the raw stuff tomorrow. But once again, I want to start with the city's Christmas tree there at Campus Martius. It is absolutely spectacular. I just can't stop looking at this shot. It is just beautiful. Temperatures right now, there's quite a variety of temperatures. I mean, it's 27 in Port Huron, 17 in Ann Arbor. We've had varying amounts of clearing and cloud cover, but the wind is light, so not much wind chill. Excuse me. You can see some cloud cover, but there are some breaks back to the west there. So we're going to get at least some partial sunshine for the morning hours. Then clouds do increase. And notice afternoon high temperature gets into the mid 30s, but then we keep going up from there. We'll actually get to near 40 degrees by late evening. And of course, the rain comes in tonight. So it's going to be a rainy night. Not a ton of rain, but it'll be enough to make a difference. And then we go back down tomorrow. And then we have a New Year's storm we got to talk about. We will do that in a few minutes, guys.
All right, thank you, Paul. Time now is 6:02 and killed on Christmas night. A Wayne State student is shot after leaving a friend's home on Detroit's east side. Casey Willis's family says she had so much potential and so much life ahead of her. Victor Williams is reporting from DPD headquarters with the latest.
Well, this was an 18-year-old with so much to look forward to. She had just graduated from high school and enrolled at Wayne State University where she was a freshman, but all that was cut short tragically and senselessly.
This is a very, very tragic situation because we don't know why.
Loved ones of 18-year-old Casey Lene Willis have so many questions after the teen was gunned down on Detroit's east side around 1 a.m. Saturday morning.
The masked men assassined our baby. They didn't just shoot a kid. They assassinated her. A
neighbor's surveillance camera caught footage of a man in a white ski mask with what appears to be a semi-automatic gun unloading shots on Cardone. Casey, who was in a friend's car nearby, was hit by one of the bullets and later died.
I definitely think that that man knew what he was doing, and I believe he was aiming it. He knew what he was doing. It wasn't random.
Police are now trying to find the men involved, but the key to the investigation may be a person who was with the shooter that decided to run away after a few shots were fired.
If anybody know who those people are, if y'all know anything that's going on, please reach out to us.
The family is now pleading with the public for any answers they can find into why anyone would want to take the life of a young woman with so much to look forward to.
Casey did not deserve this. Casey was a good girl. Great kid, great big sister, great little sister. Doing everything she can to do things the right way.
And times usually meant for celebration will now unfortunately have a different meaning for Casey's mother.
Birthdays and Christmas will never be the same for our family.
And police are saying that those two men may have fled in a Chevy Impala, so they're looking for any type of answers that you guys may have. If you saw anything, you can leave an anonymous tip at 1-800-SPEAK UP with Crime Stoppers. As far as her family, if you'd like to help them with this very rough and unfortunate time, you can head over to our website, clickondetroit.com. Victor Williams, Local 4.
3 people are killed and 3 others are hurt in a mass shooting at a bowling alley in Illinois. The shooting happened last night in Rockford. That's about an hour and a half outside of Chicago. Police believe this was a random attack. A person of interest has been taken into custody. Police have not released details about the shooter or the victims. And investigators believe the Christmas morning explosion in downtown Nashville was likely a suicide bombing. That's according to sources at CNN.
The FBI has zeroed in on a person of interest searching a home in a Nashville suburb. Wendy Woolfolk has the latest.
Senior law enforcement officials confirmed to NBC News their search of a suburban Nashville home is in connection with the bombing Christmas morning. The address of 63-year-old Anthony Quinn Warner. A Google Street View image of the house shows an RV that matches the description of the one that exploded early Friday. The explosion's aftermath now a crime scene in the heart of downtown that investigators describe as a massive jigsaw puzzle with pieces of evidence blown for blocks in every direction.
That we will find out the story of this individual or individuals, we don't know right now, but this ultimate Scrooge who on Christmas morning, instead of spreading joy and cheer, decided to spread devastation and destruction.
It began before dawn Christmas morning when heroic police officers responding to a call of shots fired found this mysterious RV parked on 2nd Avenue.
They saw an RV that was giving out a message saying it would detonate within 15 minutes, a countdown would go, music would play, and instead of taking it as just maybe a threat and calling in and getting resources, they immediately began knocking on doors. Confident their decision to evacuate immediately saved lives. So had they not done that, we'd be talking about people as well with the destruction that we have. So they're just heroic efforts in saving lives. With more than 40 buildings damaged and more than 500 tips to follow, federal authorities asking for patience while they find answers.
Wendy Wolfolk, Local 4.
Time now is 6:06, and Michigan State Police are warning folks to be aware of someone pretending to be a trooper, and he's making traffic stops in Metro Detroit. State Police took several calls Saturday about someone stopping cars on I-96 at the Davison. Deputies say he's wearing a black uniform and driving a black Charger with red and blue lights. He identifies himself as a state trooper. State Police do not use unmarked cars for traffic stops. They say if you're not sure if you're being pulled over by a real officer, slow down and call 911. Now to the coronavirus and new case numbers over the holidays.
The state of Michigan is reporting more than 7,300 new cases of the virus, with 254 more deaths. That's a 3-day total that includes Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. A sobering statistic on the national front now: 1 in 1,000 Americans have died from the virus. Nearly 2 million people have been vaccinated. And millions of Americans are now in limbo after President Trump resisted calls to sign the stimulus bill. The president did not sign the bipartisan stimulus package to extend 2 key unemployment programs and increase weekly benefits by $300 through mid-March. President Trump wants an extra $2,000 instead of the proposed $600 checks, which Republicans already denied. The president also suggested he may reject the $1.4 trillion spending bill that are meant, if those $2,000 payments aren't included. The House returns tomorrow for a vote on a standalone bill co-authored by Detroit Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib to increase payments to $2,000, as well as a stopgap measure to prevent the government from shutting down.
Well, spirits were high Saturday night here in Metro Detroit for day one of Kwanzaa, Umoja, which means unity.
Barigani. Barigani. All right, thank you all for the energy.
The Charles H. Wright Museum is celebrating online all week, presenting the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. The museum will stream songs, dances, storytelling, and much more through January 1st. You can find the information on our website. Click on Detroit.com.
We got a lot more coming up for you this morning, but first let's check back in with Paul.
Yeah, Paul, we're looking at a bit of a roller coaster today, temperature-wise.
Yeah, and you know what? The one piece of good news is that we actually are going to get a little bit of sunshine. There'll be more clouds than sun, but hey, listen, this time of year, any little bit of sun helps. So that's this stuff here. But what's farther to the west is developing, and that's going to be rain coming in tonight. A lot of changes coming our way, and I'll break it down for you straight ahead.
Good morning. Yesterday was a bad day for the Lions, bad night for the Pistons. Some sports after this.